WWE didn't really make any news this week, so we're going to be a heavy. Let's start off with the good doctor, Britt Baker. So what I initially saw was that Tony Khan is fed up with Britt Baker.
Can't
Yeah.
stand her.
And I said, fed up? She's not even been on TV. What could he possibly be fed up with? Well, that was the story that broke. And this was broken by Wade Keller. I guess it's just like a litany of things. So we can see the story here. This is coming from Cage Side Seats. And they said, Britt Baker, she's wildly unpopular backstage, and she might be done with AEW. So what had happened? And we've covered some of these stories, some of them we missed out on. Basically, it's just like all the things she's done in her past incidences. So we know that there's the one with MJF. I think it was All In, All Out, one of them. MJF and Osprey had the match that went long, and she was talking shit backstage about how the match was going long. MJF's then at the time girlfriend was in the room and heard it all and went and told MJF. So that was one incident. Another incident was this stuff with Thunder Rosa. I guess she was bullying Thunder Rosa. I don't know if we reported on that one ourselves, but
We did twice.
okay. So yeah, we have that. We have that. So those are just some of the incidences of Britt Baker. So this leads us to Wade Keller. I don't even know what brought this up because it seems like, it was just old stuff, and then he just like came out with it and was like, "Oh yeah, Tony Khan's fed up with her." But from what happened over over these past things, so he said she might be done with AEW. This being Britt Baker. At least the feeling I'm getting from talking to people in AEW is Tony Khan might have her in the same category as other wrestlers, where they just don't get phone calls. They don't get called up to the show. There's a lot of frustration with her. And I've heard this pretty consistently. She's wildly unpopular in the women's locker room. One person said, no one ever wants to see her come back. Now, that is a bold statement. I could imagine someone on social media going, I'm a women's wrestler in AEW and I want her back. Okay, fair enough. But I'm just telling you, somebody's perception is nobody wants her back. That's how bad it is. Somebody is willing to tell me that. First of all,
Yikes.
what's with the unnamed? And this happens in the NFL too. The unnamed source. Put your name on it. If you don't put your name on it, then should it be credible? Oh, I'm going to tell you this anonymously. You can't tell anybody that I told you this, but I want it out there. This is like some chicken shit.
I think that hurts the credibility of whoever's reporting it too. Because, like, are you just making it up?
Yeah. So you're saying I can't tell? Oh, I'm not going to bring it up then. Let's say someone reached out to our DMs and was like, hey, honestly, I want to tell you this. Unless I can put your name on it, I'm not going to bring it up. It does me no good. And anybody can talk big if
Yeah,
you're
I don't know.
anonymous.
This might be one of those things though, where if there's smoke, there's fire. Because a couple things, yeah. There was also another thing where some veteran tried to talk to Tony about the locker room or the morale or something. Britt kind of allegedly interjected that.
Yeah, I remember something about that. But it is funny that the tides have turned because Britt Baker used to be the golden girl of AEW, and now you get these new people in the locker room, and now she's the outcast.
Well, you can only be a cunt for so long. Just ask Ronda Rousey.
That's true. But she did get Drew Gulak sent to the Nether Realm,
She did.
and never to be heard from again.
Actually, no. He tried to use that incident and storyline, and they got flack
Oh
for
yeah,
that.
do I make you feel uncomfortable? I wonder where they went with that.
Nowhere.
Back to the Britt Baker thing. So Wade Keller, he even brought up Britt and Adam Cole breaking up as like, well, he said there should be no heat for that. But even the fact that you're bringing that part of it up, you're talking about her problems, now you're talking about her breakup. Remember, I pointed it out back then. It was like, it's your coworker, and you're gonna see her dating other wrestlers now. It's just not gonna be good.
Yep. She's gonna be holding hands with
Yeah,
Bobby Lashley.
who is there now? She's gonna be holding hands with Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, and lock eyes with Adam Cole and be like, "Yep." At the same time.
While Swerve Strickland's tagging along.
Yeah, at the same time. But on this story, somewhere it took a turn because for some reason Conan on his show he stated something about Britt Baker cheating on Adam Cole as like some of the reasons she has heat.
Okay.
And I don't know why that was like thrown out there. But even Britt Baker responded. So she didn't respond to anything else, right? But she did respond to that. And she goes on to say,
she never cheated on anybody or
yeah,
something.
yeah, she basically says, I know as, you know, professionals, we're just supposed to sit there and take your lies and everything else, but I never cheated on anybody. So tell your source that. And that was a reference to Conan. I don't know how a source would know that information unless, you know, he was the one in her. So that's the thing going on with Britt Baker. So she might just be done with AEW. Also to note, there was a report later on that WWE is very interested, but they don't think her contract is up anytime soon, or they don't expect her anytime soon. But if she were to become a free agent, then they're interested. So maybe they fix it, or maybe they don't, and then Britt Baker will go to WWE. And it'll be funny if she does go to WWE because I bet she won't have any problems there. Oh, CM Punk was such a locker room cancer. He got to WWE, we haven't heard a peep of it.
Or she will have problems and, oh, we don't see her anymore.
They wouldn't let her get away with the stuff. Not like taking her off TV, just like, we don't do that here type thing. This is how you be a professional.
Well, that's what they did to Corey Graves.
Well, you see, Corey Graves was back on TV. He's back, on,
back
TV.
on TV.
Not only that, now I didn't see this personally, but he apologized for his outburst. So he's back on TV, and they made him bend the knee on TV too.
Oh,
so
pussy.
I didn't see it, but apparently it was reported that he is back on TV, and he.
My point is, though, they took him off TV.
Yeah, but see.
So if Britt Baker started her shit, they would take her off TV.
But it's corrected.
Yeah, it'd either be corrected or she'd be gone.
I think she'd have a little bit of a chance.
Now she's gonna be a cunt.
Yeah, in WWE, I don't know. I just think you get in there, they're not gonna let it get to the point. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Because we just don't hear about it. I mean, we've heard about it in the past, but we don't hear about it now. Prime example, Corey Graves. He had his outburst, and then whatever happened, they corrected it.
Triple H put his cock in his mouth.
Yeah, took him out to the woodshed or whatever he did. But it's corrected, and now he's back on TV. Now, is he playing the good soldier until his contract runs out? Maybe. But he's doing it. But, you know, she would go to WWE. She'd be, you know, top of the division. I saw some people was like, oh, yeah, she'd have to get a little bit better in the ring, but you know, I could see her in WWE.
She wouldn't have to get better in
like,
the ring.
Like, are you watching the division?
Right.
What are you even talking about? We just had BFAB wrestle, for Christ's sakes. I'm not saying she's bad. I mean, I didn't watch the match at all. But yeah, that's the Britt Baker news. If there's any more updates, we can get to those at a later time, but that's the story as of right now. And let us know if you want to see Britt Baker in the WWE, or if you think she's going to stay in AEW. Let us know in the comments. And hit the like button while you're down there, by the way.